Welcome to Charred Oak, the business, bourbon, and becoming podcast where bold ideas meet smooth pours. Hosted by entrepreneurs Matt Gerard and Shane Theiss. This is your needed pour of inspiration, insight, and a splash of something strong. Each episode, Matt and Shane dive deep into the world of business, growth, and entrepreneurship, sharing real stories, practical strategies, and the mindset shifts that fuel success. Whether you're building your empire or just getting started, this is your space to learn, grow, and become. And of course, no episode is complete without the Bourbon of the Week, a curated tasting and review that pairs perfectly with ambition. So, pour a glass, pull up a seat, and let's build something great, one sip at a time.
Welcome back to Charred Oak. I am your host, Matt Gerard of Downrange Firearms.
And I am your co-host, Shane Theiss from 926 Custom Embroidery.
You're a dick,
Thank you.
by the way. And our illustrious guest.
I am Dana Theiss. I am also owner of 926 Custom Embroidery.
And she came against her will,
I did.
for the record, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
It's okay.
The easiest intro in the world. What are we drinking? Because I don't know what this is. It's Spanky's Happy Day, or
No.
what is this called?
Shanky's Whip.
I like mine better.
2 ounces of,
Yeah.
Tonight it's 2 ounces of Barnstormer's blended whiskey, 2 ounces of Shanky's Whip, which is an Irish whiskey, some chocolate bitters, and some cherry.
I'm so excited for this. I'm not going to lie.
Except for Dana. Dana's drinking a Roja. Straight from Costco warehouse.
Yes.
Kirkland's finest, ladies
Yes,
and gentlemen.
it is the best.
Which one is it?
The Rioja. I can't get over there because of the mic. There you go.
Oh, look
Yes.
at that.
It's actually pretty good.
It is good.
If you like red
Cheers.
wine.
Kirkland does good stuff.
Cheers.
Cheers to everybody I can't reach because I'm also entangled here.
T-Rex arms.
That's why I'm
on
going
my
to hold.
business card,
That's why I'm
too.
going to hold mine.
I've got a small arms picture in my business cards.
A
And for
T-Rex.
Aiden, we'll do giant hands just one time.
Giant.
Jazz hands?
No, giant
Giant
hands.
hands.
Our hands look really big when we're...
Oh,
doing
yeah.
this.
There's the camera. Mine still look tiny. I'm just a tiny human being, apparently. Very
okay.
sad. All right. So what we're going to get into today, because obviously
Okay.
we've gotten, if anybody watched the first episode, we got some background into 926 and all the wonderful things that go with that. Well, now we get to get into, you are the face, the operator.
Yep.
You are in the store while he gets to lounge like the lazy bum that he is in the nights and
Yep.
the evenings and just collect the paycheck.
Yes.
I love everything about
Yep.
that.
Yep.
So, a lot of the emphasis of what I want to really kind of dig into is the woman-owned business aspect of that one.
Okay.
So, being a woman in business downtown or anywhere for that matter, do you see any kind of an effect on how things go? Is it different? Is it more complicated? Do you have a different way of thinking than man does? Is that an advantage? Is that a disadvantage? Or any of your thoughts on this subject?
I don't know if it's any worse or better being a women-owned business. I think women do have a different thinking than men usually do. We organize a little better. I don't know.
I would agree
say
with that
that.
statement.
It's not much different than I think anybody else running a business. I'm just the head of it and the face and
Is he
the
the
ma-
yes?
the yeah.
Yes.
The
It's like a horse.
And the heel.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not terrible.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I love it.
Customer interactions.
Yeah.
Do you see? I don't know if you've actually worked the floor before. I've never actually asked you if you've ever spent any time in store doing that, or if you mostly do backhand stuff. Have you noticed that people will react to you differently or talk to you differently than, say, a man in that situation?
Sometimes yes, for sure. It doesn't happen often, I would say, but it has happened, and you just got to roll with the punches and show them I can do everything else everybody else can.
Well, I think
so.
it's kind of a if there is a downfall of being a woman-owned business, that is kind of the downfall.
Yeah.
Because it's like a woman going to a car dealership.
Mm-hmm.
You walk in, they think you don't know what you're talking about.
Which I absolutely hate doing.
Right.
I won't do. He does.
But in our case, if I'm talking to people, they talk to you one way. If she's talking to them, they talk to her completely different. You do have some customers that will come in and be like, this is what I want. Well, is there somebody that knows how to do this? And, I think a lot of people in society underestimate a woman. And, in her case, it's about, empowering women to do what she does, or run a business or anything. And that's the advantage for her running the business, is the woman empowerment side of it.
Oh, for sure.
I think once she proves, and it doesn't take much, but once she proves she knows what she's talking about, then the respect comes in.
Yeah,
And then
people
it's like,
tend to
oh,
back
okay, we
down a
trust
little
you.
bit more once they realize I know what I'm talking about.
Which makes
Yeah.
sense. And if they've been in town for more than 30 seconds, they know.
Yeah.
You know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing. So, do you notice that there is a culture in Rochelle of women wanting to support other female businesses, period? Or is that something that just really doesn't come up ever?
No, actually, I think it happens a lot. A lot of women will support other women-owned businesses just because they are women-owned businesses. And we know the struggles, and we know how hard it is to get ahead sometimes in the business at all. Yeah, I said, sorry.
That's
You have
one
to live with
drink.
this guy.
Yeah, I
one
know,
drink
right?
for
She was worried about it, and we're all getting hammered tonight.
Yes,
Every
we
time
are.
she says, take a drink.
This is happening.
I love it. I'm super
I have a
excited
whole
for
bottle
it.
to drink, so we're good.
You're driving home, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Somebody's got to.
We're gonna tomorrow's gonna
Just
be fun.
saying.
I love everything about this conversation. I got to be in the grade schools tomorrow. Just remember that, boys.
Oh,
and girls.
yes. Fun.
Yes. Okay. So
Yep.
moving on with that.
Yes.
Downtown challenges. So this is
Yeah.
something we all know I'm a huge advocate for, and a problem that we're kind of trying to deal with in Rochelle in particular, where the local economy is not great currently of being capable of supporting luxury good businesses. We are obviously both located downtown. You more downtown than me. I'm on outskirts. I'm like the Bronx. I'm the West Side.
Which is like 4 blocks over.
Exactly. Maybe even not. I don't know. I'm like over there, but it looks creepy in my block. But being a downtown centered business that you are, do you find that there is a benefit to that? Do you like being downtown? Do you think you would benefit by being at a different location? In our current situation with how our downtown is, what do you think about that? And how do you like your location as it sits?
Shane and I have talked about this quite a bit. I love being downtown. I love being centrally located. Yeah, not a lot of people come downtown all the time, but being downtown to me is like a sense of community. It's, the other business, being around other business owners. I think we do get a lot of business because of that. They know where we're at and they can find us easily. We've talked about looking at other places, and I just feel like it wouldn't have the same effect or ambiance as what we have now. I love our building too. I
They
absolutely
never
love-
would have met me.
No.
They met
We
me
wouldn't
through
have.
downtown.
Yes, for sure.
The ambiance.
The ambiance, yes, ambiance. I love our building, like absolutely love our building, and we couldn't have that in any other location in Rochelle. The brick walls and just people come in, they're like, "We love your store," and I'm like, I love that they say that. That makes me happy.
And I
For
think
sure.
another thing with our location being downtown is, we've kind of become an anchor tenant of downtown.
100%.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
we're
agree.
8 years in, and you're one of, you being a woman-owned business, you're one of, or majority woman-owned business, you're one of, 4 woman-owned businesses on our block?
On our block, yeah, probably.
You,
Naomi,
Naomi,
Teresa.
Jana,
Teresa.
Teresa.
And I think
I'm running
that's-
out of businesses.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, I think that's. But so I mean, the anchor group is woman-owned businesses.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Auden.
Auden.
I would make
Auden.
the argument. I know Dave's
Auden.
really involved, and Dave does a
Yeah,
good job
right.
with that too. But I think he's more back end, while the girls and his wife really kind of run the spearhead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got all of our anchor businesses downtown
Tend to be women-owned businesses.
are women-owned
For sure.
businesses. Ooh, I like this. I like this tangent because now I can go on in this one. Have you had the opportunity to work with a lot of those businesses?
Yes, absolutely. We've worked with Auden to do some hats for them. We haven't worked much with Naomi. I mean, we've done some stuff through DRA with her, which we can probably talk on a little bit later.
Yeah, we can
the DRA
sure.
stuff. But we do.
We've done some stuff for Teresa.
Yeah, we've done stuff for Teresa. Trying to think.
I like the cross marketing. We talked about this
We-
at the DRA
we did.
meeting. My apologies for mentioning stuff that you don't get to hear
It's
about
okay.
because it's off camera. But I love the cross marketing. That's why I work with you guys. You guys have my business cards. I send
Yep.
people to you guys too. They they already know about who you are when they come to talk to me, but that's besides the point. I like the cross marketing because here's something that we mentioned in the DRA meeting, that businesses that would never normally intersect, as long as you guys get along, because that's obviously
Right.
the important part here. Cross marketing in markets that you wouldn't normally have exposure to is a good thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we get all of our sweatshirts through you.
Yes.
And it's one of those things that, okay, cool, I can promote and say, oh yeah, no, 926 Custom Embroidery, they're right down the street. That's who we do to get our hoodies, etc., all that good jazz. And vice versa. It's one of those things that people come in, they go, what the heck is with the weird Spartan logo business card sitting on your counter with the link that doesn't work? Sorry, my website
all
screwed
good.
up. I apologize, everybody. It will get fixed eventually. Anybody know any good web developers that aren't going to charge me $3,000 more dollars? But I like that cross promotion
Yeah.
thing, and I've tried to do that with, in all reality, most of the women-owned businesses in town, because it gives me an exposure on our end. Because one, we've had a very good track record over the years of integrating and like specializing for women in firearms, women in training, etc. I can't do that if I don't have businesses like
Right.
yours to interact with.
Right.
Ashley Patrick is one that I've worked with a ton, and she's brought a ton of business our way. She's brought a ton of women our way, friends of hers that have taken classes, etc. And nobody thinks massage therapist and gunshot. It's just
Yeah.
not a thing.
But it is.
It is.
But it is.
Especially now.
Yeah.
In the new building, it's going to be even better.
Hey.
I like that cross promotional stuff. Have you seen a lot of that, whether it's in your business or other business? Or are you seeing a lot of that cross promotional stuff, or am I just weird?
No, I see it, maybe not a lot. I think businesses are afraid to talk to other businesses about that stuff. They feel like, I don't know, like they're putting them out, or it's weird. They just don't talk about it a lot. But yeah, I think our small businesses in Rochelle do that, which is nice, because I think it's definitely a sense of community among business owners downtown, for sure. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the challenge you have too is your business is more of a service-related business, and we talked about this a little bit in
Yeah.
the first episode. We're a service-related business, so a boutique or somebody else that's selling garments or apparel may view us as competition, but in reality, we're no different than, say, like one of the online clothing places where you buy clothes from. We're providing their personalization, they're turning
Their
around and
logo
retailing
wear.
it. Right. So there's that cross marketing there, where even though it's us doing the work, it's their logo that's going on it, or their saying that's going on it. So there is some of that, but not nearly as much as what there could be or should
Yeah,
be.
for sure. Yeah.
And that's something I definitely believe in extensively. We need to do that, because the
Yeah.
only way downtown's going to survive, period, is if we can actually come together and learn to work together.
Yeah.
And oh my God, people need to learn this. If you are in the same industry, does not necessarily mean your competition.
Exactly.
doesn't.
Exactly.
Complementary. This may come across as sexist. I'm going to apologize now. Please tell me.
I
Throw
will
your wine in my face.
I will tell you.
Yeah, throw your wine in my face if necessary. Just let me push the microphone out of the way first. Women are not one-stop shoppers.
No, you're not. You're right. We're not.
If you're going clothing shopping, and
Yep.
we have 5 clothing boutiques. Let's just say for the sake of argument,
Yep.
we had 5 clothing boutiques downtown. Hell, even of the same style product. If you're going downtown to go look at clothing shopping, are you going to one store or are you going to go, oh, there's 5 of them. I'm going to go see what's out there.
100%.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
and I do that anywhere. It doesn't matter if it's downtown here or anywhere. I go everywhere. If you're going one place, you want to kind of hit up all the places and see kind of what everybody's got. Everybody's got something different. Just because they're the same boutique or whatever doesn't mean they don't have different things.
Right.
What this person has definitely is different style than somebody else.
The tastes change.
Yes.
The budgets change.
Yeah.
Some have higher end. Some
Yep.
have more affordable options. Some have something in between. Some places just have wild stuff. Good for
Yeah.
them.
And there's a market for each of those people, each
Exactly.
of those businesses. And maybe because that one has wild and you're more conservative, doesn't mean that you won't find something at the wild place. Just kind of dig through their stuff. You'll find something.
And your personalities change.
Yeah.
Or you have multiple personalities.
all of my personalities change on a daily basis. So
But
All of them.
how many in counting?
I don't even.
We were not going to.
Yeah, we won't discuss that.
I have a king bed. I like to sleep in that bed.
The couch isn't doing it for you today?
No,
No, not
it
at
takes
all.
forever to go.
Yeah.
The spouses in a mutual business, that's coming up later in the program, by the way, if anybody was wondering. And that man, smart man, believe
Yeah.
it or not.
For sure.
The downtown thing, we already talked the ambience, the crosswork, and I'm going to use the term pollination. I feel like it applies, though, in its own weird sort of way.
Yeah.
Parking. Do you see a parking issue with like the downtown district? It's going to be restricted parking
Yeah.
by default because there's just not a lot down there.
There
period.
isn't.
But is it a problem? Does anybody complain? Do you see it as an issue? Does it bother you guys? How do you?
It doesn't bother me as much as it
bothers
bothers some people. Yeah, I think Rochelle could use a little more direction on where to go for the parking. We have parking.
Mm-hmm.
We have several public parking lots, but they don't have directions on how to get there and how to get to the stores. So people think that they have to park in front of that store to get to that store. They don't realize just literally around the block is a huge parking lot that they can park in and walk 1 block to get to us.
But I don't think that's necessarily the issue. The issue is employees of businesses
Well, that
are,
yeah.
that
Or-
park
or
right in front
owners.
of, say, our store,
Mm-hmm.
and then work an 8-hour shift across the street down the block.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the problem comes in. Because no, there is not a lot of parking on our block
No,
or the
there
businesses
isn't.
that are there.
And all
Yes, there are municipal lots, and yes, there is a nice alleyway to walk through, but I think people still are looking at what that alleyway was 8 years ago, 7 years ago, 6 years ago, and it was a little shady.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, I mean, we were in that building, and I didn't like walking through it at night,
Yeah.
much less during the day, So I think that's where the problem lies with the parking. But also, like she alluded to, there isn't enough direction from the city to say, hey, if you park here, take this, shops around front. Or the mall was a great spot for us because you could park in back and walk up the back entrance and get into the mall. Our spot now, you can park in front of the storage building, the Rick House, but
there's that
you've got to
parking-
walk all the way around the block to
But
get
there's that parking lot over there too, that new
behind the museum.
where the
Yep.
Royal
Across
Scoop
from
is.
Scoop.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And there's
So-
one across the street from my new place too. So that
Yeah,
new
yeah.
lot's there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be nice if the city put up signs that said, "Hey, here are your," like we said, our anchor businesses. Here's a sign with our anchor businesses.
Or even on the end of the street saying additional parking this way, so people know, okay, yeah, it's only literally around the corner, but they still have places to park,
absolutely.
not just right in front of the stores.
And if they're worried
But it
about-
would help if people didn't park in front of the stores if they were working all day.
Yes,
100%.
I agree
Yeah.
with that statement. It'd be nice if they would put up some signs, and I guess like there could be some argument that stores come and go, but anybody who's been there more than at least a couple of years, if they want to have a 5-year restriction, if you've been there 5 years,
Yeah.
you get your name on the sign. That
Yeah.
would dump me, but I'm gonna have my own billboards, ladies and gentlemen. It's
Right,
gonna be
I'm sure
great.
you will.
But if they put up a sign, so like the one that's across the street from my building over on Lincoln Highway and Lincoln and Washington, put up a sign on the side of that building where the display used to be that has 926,
Yep.
whatever's there this way, that would be great. That would be super, super useful for everybody. And frankly, if they put every business on the sign, who cares? There's not that many, first of all, especially right now.
Yeah.
And
You're not bronzing a sign.
Exactly.
No.
For $200 you can get the stupid thing printed. You got to get a new one, or
And
leave
even
blanks
if-
on it.
Even if the businesses have to pay for it, I would pay for something that would direct people towards our business.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Without
but I
a
don't
doubt.
know if anybody's brought that to the city or whatever.
Jenny, you better be watching these videos.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah, that needs to actually happen, or maybe that needs to be the next DRA meeting.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's actually a good use of that is
Yeah.
directional sign of, oh, hey, by the way, you're...
Hey, Colonial is this way. I mean, everybody knows where Colonial is, but if you don't, then it'd be nice to have that
Yeah.
information.
Where's
right
downrange?
front of you.
In the ghetto.
Always. Not forever.
Not forever.
Not forever. It
No,
will
the
be-
building's a little ghetto, but the new place is a little ghetto. But we're getting
It's
there.
okay.
It's gonna be magical when it's magical. Destination.
I love it.
I did. Jeez.
We're going off the deep end.
That's exactly how
Always.
these videos are supposed to go.
So people drive down in cars, get out of their cars and walk. What do you think the challenges are to attract more foot traffic downtown?
Yes.
Gosh, more businesses, more different businesses. I don't want to see the same store. I come into downtown and I park over in this parking lot, and I'm walking to this place. I want to see different stores on the way. I don't want to just see 19 clothing stores on the way. I want to see the gun shop, or I want to see, I don't know, jewelry store, anything along the way. And I'd be like, oh, that's cool. I want to stop in here. When we go to other little towns, we do it all the
DeWitt
time.
or, yeah, St.
We go
Charles
in and
or
out.
Geneva or
Jane, was it Beloit? We went
Yeah,
in and out
Beloit.
of the little stores down there, and that's fun to do. It's fun to look around and see, but if there's no stores there, or if you don't know where to go, especially if they park over here and they're walking here and they see several different stores, and I think that would be amazing. I would love to see that.
There's a
I'd
lot
love
of
to
variety.
see I'd love to see our downtown look like that.
I hate
And
to say
feel
Galena
that.
because we're obviously not Galena. We don't have the river. There's a lot of things we don't have. I love going there though every time because of exactly that.
Yes.
There's bizarre stores that I would never ever
Never
buy
go in.
something in, but I look in the window and go, "Is that a stuffed squirrel
I need to check that out.
holding a crossbow?" It is. We got to go talk to this guy, and I will go in, and he does make sales, and he does very well for himself. But I like being able to do that. And you get halfway through, and you go, "I need a drink." Oh, lo and behold, now I can. Here's a
drink right around the
winery. Beautiful. That's
Yes.
exactly what I need.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we need to get anything quite that elaborate, but having a couple of things like that in our
Yeah.
downtown would fill it out nicely, and it would make it a great attraction.
I agree.
And I'd like to see more of that. We need like the touristy spots and destinations and
Yeah.
things that bring people that are interesting enough to bring people outside of Rochelle to Rochelle.
This retail.
Yeah.
We have our distillery, which is amazing.
I love
Yeah,
our
that's
distillery.
great that we have our distillery.
I'll be there Friday.
That's one of our anchors for downtown, but we don't have enough people walking around to go to it and to go outside of it.
Well, and that's the double-edged sword. Is my argument always is Rochelle's biggest downfall is nobody wants to work. Nobody
It-
wants
it
to be
100%.
open when people are out. You go to, DeKalb for, let's say, Whiskey Acres, or you go to Barnstormers, or you go to some of these other distilleries, and they're open at 11 o'clock, and they're open all day long. I'll use Barnstormers as a prime example. It's the hardest place for us to get to. It takes 45 minutes to
It's
get
in the
there.
middle of
It doesn't
nowhere.
matter which way you go. You either
No.
go down towards Byron or you go up around the airport. But once you get there, They have a live band playing on Saturday. You know, they have a little band shell. They have you know,
Food.
food. Yeah, just finger foods and stuff. People there all day long. You know, on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think they open on Thursdays. You go to a place like Harry Cow. Harry Cow is only open Wednesday through Sunday, but they're open when people are out and moving. You know, those are destinations. We as a community in our downtown, I think, forget that people like to be out and about, and if we're open, they're going to come. We can't complain about businesses or people not coming if we're not open to welcome the people. And we're guilty of that too.
Oh,
so
100%.
I'm not
I was
pointing-
going to say,
Right.
you know, we close at 5 because starting at 5, the downtown's completely dead. There is no foot traffic whatsoever through downtown.
Yep.
So why stay open for the extra hour, pay an employee, or stay there when nobody's coming in because they only have one place to go?
Oh, I get that.
They want to go to several places if they're going to come into downtown.
Right.
They want
Right.
places to go. I mean, that's what I would want.
I'm open later than
You are.
anybody.
You are.
Yeah, I think I'm the latest opening, like, non-alcohol or food related
Yeah,
establishment
you are.
downtown. We talked about this before. You guys are in a service industry that's kind of specialized. You can get away
Yeah.
with that. But the retailers blows my mind of the successful ones, the non-successful ones, the existing ones. It blows my mind. And if any of them are watching, I would love a comment in our Facebook or our YouTube channel page about, do you think you would get more business if you stayed open later? And if you think you would, why don't you? And is it an employee thing? Is it I don't want to be up till 7 p.m. thing? Is it whatever? I'm very curious.
It's
Or-
the only business open. You know,
That's
I
the
think that's the
problem. Yeah,
problem.
that's the
You
problem
only
with
have,
us.
you know, we would be open later if other businesses were open later. But we've tried it. We tried the 9 to 6, ironically, because of our name. We tried those hours. We were the only ones doing it. You know, so
that's
if other
sketchy.
businesses, if we all come together and do it, and it makes sense for, you know, on a Friday night to be open till 7 o'clock, or
Yeah.
you know, when there's foot traffic going on down here, I think we would all do it, but we all have to do it together.
And I think
I
there's a level
agree.
of coordination required, because I know I've talked to, like, Auden, for example. They're like, oh, yeah, we're open till 6 p.m. over the summer. Did anybody know that?
No.
Exactly.
No.
If nobody knows it, it's a lot harder, and there's a lot less communication. And I will give them some credit on this, because they're kind of the new kids on the block. So for them to be like, oh, yeah, we're staying open till 6, everybody else should too. I get how that's kind of, we're going to do it, and we're just going to see what, we're going to do our own thing, because nobody else is. We're going to have to figure it out. It's kind of how I did it too. So there's that level of communication, and I'm in the unique position of being able to have the employees, so that when I'm working and I have somebody working, I can do foot traffic. I had Alfred working because I just had my new hire training on last Friday, or Thursday, was awesome, because I can actually get out and come harass
yeah.
you guys.
We love it.
Or everybody else downtown, because I find it to be incredibly useful for my business and everything going on, for me to get out on foot and just go out and talk to everybody and see what's going on. Because the reality of it is, every time that I typically come in when you're working, we're not jaw-jacking. We're talking about specific things that are
We are.
business related. We're having a good time doing it. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong. It feels fun. But it probably
It's
is
actually work. It's 100% work.
It always is, because we're
It's
talking
business.
about downtown, what's going on, what we're working on. And I mean, I just saw something. What was it? What video was I watching the other day? It was something like a typical business, and this is a random number, is running 5 hats at any given time. If you're the owner, you should be wearing 1 hat and 1 hat only. If you're wearing 5 hats, you're guaranteeably limiting what you're able to do and grow. You need to get to a point where you can start putting those hats on somebody else. And even if it's hiring one person and giving them all 4 of the other hats, your job, especially as the owner, as the face of the franchise, the face of the business, needs to be doing less physical work and more out and about. And for anybody that started a business, that's the entrepreneur, that has this drive, it's very...
It's hard. It's hard to let go of that and to let other people take those hats.
Yes. And you feel it feels weird because I'm supposed to be working and I work my butt off 12 hours a day, every day, and all of a sudden I'm walking downtown and chatting with people.
I can't even imagine walking down and chatting with people. I would love to do that one day.
It feels weird when you know there's work that needs to be done, but it's one of those things that I had to forcibly teach myself to do when I started training employees. I'm like, I need to let go because I don't care who you are. Everybody says, oh, if I'm ever the boss, I'm never going to micromanage. When you're the owner, you're absolutely going to micromanage the snot out of it. You can't help it because this is your baby and you want it done a certain way. And it takes a lot to realize that what you need to focus in is the quality of the outcome and ignore the process.
And that's 100% my problem.
Yeah.
I'm 100% control freak on certain things. I'm very specific on the way I want things. Mm-hmm. So it's hard for me to let somebody else do it because I know, one, I could do it faster and I could do it better. And that's hard for me to let go of that.
Oh, 1,000%. And what I've noticed on my end is I've noticed two things that go right along with that. One, the training period sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're paying somebody to be useless for 3 to 9 months.
Yeah.
To mess up everything, which is fine because it needs to happen for them to learn, but it's still stressful.
Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And then to realize that even when all said and done, when they're done with training, you will always still be able to do it better. And being okay with that because that pace is still allowing you to go out and get other business, do other things, do more important things, or God forbid, just not be there 24/7.
I would love that. You would love that for me not to be there and just let somebody else do the work and the job.
Oh, 100%. This last year, last year for me has been ridiculous because the previous year was that for me because I finally learned to kind of let go a lot of that stuff. Not finally. I take advice. I've got some wonderful mentors out there. I love them to death. And they've been kind of kicked me in the butt on a lot of this stuff and going, stop working it because you can't be the authority. Yes, everybody looks to me as, from the firearms, the taxes guy, I am the authority. They're like, you need to stop putting yourself out there and put everybody else out there because otherwise you're never going to get to leave the storefront and you're never going to get to actually grow. Yes, I should be doing the social media. I need to be doing the glad handing and going out in public. But day to day, if I have a problem, like when I had Kyla, Kyla's going to handle that. She's really good at this. Oh, well, I really wanted to talk to Matt. Kyla's the expert.
Yep.
Or Brad knows what he's talking about. Oh, he is going to take the best care of you. Or they can, hey, Matt, I see you're here. I had a question about this. Oh, Brad knows this stuff inside and out. And then I walk away.
And I've seen you say that when people come into our shop, when you're there talking with me, 100%. You're like, oh, yeah, Brad is the person to go to, or Kyla, or whoever it is. You're just like, yeah, go to them. You're not like, okay, me, you should come to me. Mm-hmm. You're totally like, okay, this is who you need to go to, and I'm just going to step back. Yeah. I want to be that one day.
The first time you get to do it, and then the customer comes away happy, you realize I am so proud of all of my people. Yeah. You realize there's a whole new level of pride in not just. There's a lot of pride in yourself because I made that.
Yeah, right.
I made that. That was mine. But the other end of that is you're so proud that they are successful and they're doing good. Might it be as good as you? Maybe. But the reality is you learn how to do it from the ground up. They're being taught a specific skill.
Right.
You'll never have that level of knowledge because how much did you fuck up before you got it right?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
You're not going to let them. They're going to fuck up a process, but they're not going to fuck up drastic
as much as you did. Yeah.
Right. And when you can get to that point where you get that person trained and you go, oh, no, you need to talk to them. Mm-hmm. This is not manipulation, I swear. To the customer, it sounds like I'm giving you the best resource that I have. Mm-hmm. But for me, no, you have to talk to them because otherwise they're never going to learn.
Yeah.
Well, and I also think, too, is as business owners, you want the people that work for you to ultimately be better than you.
Yes. 100%.
I mean, because as business owners, we're always thinking about the succession plan. We're always thinking about the what's next. Mm-hmm. In her case, she handles kind of the back end stuff. Heidi handles the front end embroidery machines and whatnot. Dana's more the printers and the applications on the shirts or whatever it is, and the front end of customer side, where Heidi's specialty is the embroidery machine and doing that aspect of it. But now we've brought in a new employee,
Our first employee.
our first employee.
I'm so
we did.
excited.
We hired our first
And
employee.
the goal is, I mean, ultimately, you know, the succession plan is we bring somebody in that loves it as much as we do, and she does, so that she can train this person to eventually maybe want to take it over, so we can go live on a lake
know.
and, you know, drink Shanky's whips all day.
Right.
Spanky's.
Spanky's
Spanky's
something
shit.
or other. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Spanky's shits.
Yeah.
The turn
Yeah.
nobody expected from this
Right.
particular podcast.
Explicit
Yeah.
disclaimer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the kicker, and that's what I love about having learning that one, because I forced that one early on myself. I want to have.
Did you?
I knew I couldn't be the one to run the shop 24/7. I did for the first 6 months, but I think I forced myself within 3 months to hire an employee. Couldn't afford it,
We've
but I
been
did it.
doing this for 8 years, and literally just within the last year, I've kind of forced myself to kind of.
I
Yeah.
forced myself to do it because I realized real quick I love what I do.
Yeah.
But I noticed I like teaching people better, and I like mentoring almost better. I loved what I did, but the minute I started teaching somebody else and watching them absorb it and appreciate it and realize that I'm investing in them, especially when they understood that I was investing in them, which is hard to find, by the way, if you're an employer. Watching that success, especially as they get better and better and more confident, and then you realize they don't need me
No.
anymore.
I want to get to that spot.
It
for
feels
sure.
weird to
Yeah.
do. And it's you're micromanaging interior. You're I've been doing this solo for so long that all you want to do is, no, you need to do this way, you need to do this way, and you need to sit there and go and watch them screw it up for a while, but then see what the outcome looks like.
Yeah.
And what I got really good at, especially in my building, is I will give them a task and I'm go, okay, this is what the task is. I just want it done. If you have questions because something's not legal, functional, you don't know how a piece of technology works, come get me, but just complete it the best you can and then let me know when you're done. And I disappear. I don't watch the process. If there's something that specific that they have to see the process, yeah,
Right.
I stick around for that. But if I give them a generic task, do a Facebook post, a live stream, etc., I will leave the room completely and let them do that on their own. And I've told them this before. Screw it up. It's okay. Because when we were teaching, when I had Jesse working for me doing holsters, he's like, I don't want to waste material. I'm like, I bought 5 extra 4-foot by 8-foot panels, and each of these is 8 inches by 8 inches. I've got 5 extra panels. If I get one good holster out of all of those, I'm happy, because that's what
Right.
I'm investing in you figuring out
Right.
how to do
Yeah.
this the proper way. Because I'll burn 5 panels now, and I will pay for them in a month
Yep.
of you doing it the right way. Make mistakes. I want you to make mistakes. I want you to figure this out. I don't want to give you my playbook, because maybe that works, maybe it doesn't. I already know my brain is special, guys. Other people don't function the way that I function. Here's the general task. I will show you how I do it in the methods, and I will let you repeat what I do under supervision, and then I'm going to walk away and let you do it and figure it out. Jesse went off, found YouTube videos. He found his own methods, used different tools. He's like, hey, I need this, this, and this. Here you go. Okay, I'm willing to make that investment. Nothing here is breaking the bank. And he made some great quality holsters as a result of that, doing that independently. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. This is what I want. So I can say, oh, we got a new holster. Go talk to him. I don't even do that stuff no more. I don't even know how to do that.
That's
no more.
amazing.
Go do that stuff.
Well, and everybody learns at different paces in different ways. Being a teacher is hard, especially when you're a
Yeah.
business owner being a teacher, or in management being a teacher. My job, my full-time job, I'll never admit to being good at my job. I can get through my job, but I'm really good at mentoring and teaching the kids. And I call them kids because they're all younger than me, obviously. But every one of them learns a different way. Every
And
one of
you've
them
always been
is
good at that
approached.
because of the ski thing.
Yeah, a lot
You've
of it
always
is.
been very good at teaching people how to do things, whether it be skiing or whatever.
Backing
you're just
a trailer up.
yeah,
or-
you're really good at
Right.
teaching.
I mean, it's just, you just have to be patient and you have to be thorough and let people fail to learn. And
Yeah.
that's, I think a lot of people are afraid, and employees are a prime example of that. Nobody wants to be yelled at.
No.
So everybody has a wall. Everybody has a defense. In our case, you're working with a, few dollars for
Yeah.
materials, you know, it's not the end of the world if you put something on upside down, or we'll just throw it to, you know, East African, you know.
You know, it's hard to teach our new girl that. I love her. I absolutely love her. She is a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And wants to do everything right the first time. She's kind of grew up in the sewing family, and it's great because she caught on so quick. But she wants everything to come out perfect the first time. It's so hard to tell her that it's okay to throw
Yep.
it away. It's you know, she's like, no, I'll take it out and I'll do it again. I'm like, no, it's okay. It's hard to teach people that because they don't want that.
Well, it's hard to teach yourself that too,
Oh,
that
yeah.
it's okay
Yeah.
to allow them to mess up.
Yeah.
Because, you know, back to the micromanaging thing, nobody wants to be micromanaging.
No.
No.
As an owner, you don't want to be the micromanager, and sometimes you don't even realize that you're doing it.
Yeah.
I've done this so long that this is just beating in my head, and I think this is the way. The way may be over here, or the way may be over here, but you're so focused on doing here that you forget, and that's where the micromanagement comes in, because you're like, no, this is how we do it.
Plus, it's your baby.
Yeah.
It
The
is.
one thing is,
Yeah.
I want it right away. Maybe you get that, but the reality is you're never going to.
No. Right.
They need time to
Then-
screw it
yes.
up. And
They have to. And they have to screw it up. Otherwise, how will you learn if you don't mess it up?
And the more and quite frankly,
Yeah.
if there's a ton of mess ups early on, but they're actively trying, that's the
Yeah.
distinguishing
Yeah.
here. This is the distinguishing component.
Yeah, for sure.
There's people just screw up and don't want to do anything about it. But if they're screwing it up, I want them to screw up more, because later on when I'm not around, because I am somewhere else at another vendor, opening another location, whatever, they need to be able to fix it themselves.
Yeah.
I'm real big on this with like my guys. I'm like, they're like, hey, this is screwed up. What do I do? I don't know. What do you do?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? What do you think is going to solve this particular problem? Well, in my case, if there's a legal component, obviously I make the decision because I don't want to go to jail. But there's a lot of stuff that goes, how would you fix that? Well, I don't know. Think about it. Well, I don't know either. How would you fix it? I probably do know the answer, but that's neither here nor there. That's the perk of being the owner. is
Right.
Been there, done that, made those mistakes. How would you fix it? And a lot of times it's just getting them over the fear. And I've noticed, at least with my guys, because I've had a super loyal crew, and I love all of
That's
my
awesome.
employees. My guys are amazing. Their biggest thing when they're in that learning and screwing things up phase is, I don't want to waste your money.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste
Your
time,
product.
your product. And I'm like, whack, and I will
Yep.
throw stuff against walls. I will. How would you fix this? If you're wrong, you cannot screw anything up so badly that we cannot fix
Right.
it.
Right.
With
100%.
very
Right.
few exceptions. I want you to screw it up, and if it gets, and if your solution is off the rails, we're gonna show you how to fix that. And when
Yeah.
you learn how to fix it, you're actually gonna learn more about doing it right the first time anyway. But it's when it's your baby, it's like, oh, don't do it like that.
I'm like that with my de-teaching machine. I put the shirts on the same way every time, and I'm particular about the way
Creature of habit.
Yes.
I am. And now you're gonna drink wine
Yeah.
in your bourbon class?
I'm drinking
You should
scotch.
try this though. It's pretty good.
That is good wine.
Okay. I forgot where I was.
And
so.
we're back. All right. So we've
Super
talked about employees.
Yeah.
Employees is a fun one. That can
Yeah.
go. We could talk
Now,
about
We
that
could
one
talk
for
all
an
day.
episode.
let's segue, because I think it's a good segue. Let's
Oh,
talk
gosh.
about working with your spouse.
I can't wait for this one.
Oh, was that on the board?
It is
That's
on the
on the
board.
board.
That one off.
We got to get monitors so we can
Yeah.
turn the chairs more directly across from each other.
Well, I want to.
Outtakes.
That too. I want to get cameras on each of us.
That'd be cool.
At the very least, I can get two more of those. At the end of this video, I was gonna actually plug for sponsors. Who wants to buy us? The first thing we need is a better audio setup, because I need something that records each one separately
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
it's
on a separate
multi-track.
stream. Because then editing is so much easier. I can just yours is louder, yours
Yep.
is quieter, yours is whatever.
Yep.
But two more of those cameras on top of that would be great,
Yeah.
so we could have one facing each of us over each shoulder, and then it's more editing because I got to splice between those, but it would make for better videos. So anybody paying attention to the video today, we need two more HD webcams and an
Other
audio hookup.
things.
Yeah, an audio hookup. I'll figure it out later, and we'll post it in the comments. But Working with the spouse. I am so excited.
Just so y'all know, I'm the boss, so that's all that
She
matters.
is.
I
am.
assumed.
I admit it.
I wear the pants and
We already established. No, you're
Yeah.
the head of the horse and he's the ass of the horse.
that's
we
true.
established
Yes.
That's why she owns 2% more than me.
Yes.
this. Oh.
I'm a woman-owned business,
Yep.
It's a woman.
and we do that for a reason.
We need the tax
I-
deduction.
you know,
I'm not judging. I'd take the tax deduction too. This is Illinois. Can I identify that way and make that work?
you could. Pritzker said you could.
This
Yeah,
segment's
shame.
this is getting deleted out of the video.
Edit,
The
edit.
things I could say.
And off the rails we go.
Again.
Hi ho, hi
As
ho.
o-
It's
as
off
always.
the rails I go. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay, it's not terrible. You just got to learn to listen to me. I'm there day in and day out. So, therefore, I know a little more.
So in
Hold on,
other words,
okay.
in other words, what she's saying is, I don't get the opportunity to learn. I do it her way. No way.
okay,
But you're not an employee, you're my
No, I
spouse. So
know.
you get to
I
learn
know.
the way I tell you to learn,
Yeah.
right?
I need clarification. Is this a commentary on working with your spouse, or is this a therapy session?
Maybe both.
I
Do we
want.
need Lonnie here?
We might need Lonnie here. I'm just gonna let you know that depending on how that one goes, I will send you my bill at the end of the evening.
No, so here it is from my side of it. It's her business. I just live there.
Yeah.
What if she wants it done a certain way, that's the way it gets done, because at the end of the day, it's her face that has to deal with the customers. It's not me. I'm off sitting at my desk punching keys and ordering stuff for a trucking company. But it's her that has to deal with it. So she wants things done a certain way. That's just the way I do it. But I guess not so much the production side of it, but owning a business with your spouse, how is that? Like what and we've talked about this a lot
We
as far
have.
as knowing our roles and whatnot.
Yeah.
But and it's
And
even
it's hard to know your role.
It is.
Because
Well,
because I am there day in and day out and you're not, and I know certain things that you don't. When I
Yeah.
tell you things, then sometimes you're like, and I'm like, well, I actually know this a little better because
Right.
I've done this.
But we've also dealt with it up until this point with business partners.
that is true.
So
yes.
we've had more of a divided role in the business between multiple people and not just her and I.
And it will
Right.
be interesting going forward how just you and me work together. It'll be interesting.
Has that been formally announced on this podcast?
It has not yet. We are purchasing the business.
We have. We talked about it the
Yeah.
first episode.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did watch that
I know you
episode.
mentioned your business partners. I don't know
Yeah.
if you
I
mentioned
don't
that you were
know if
buying
you
the business.
mentioned. I don't know
I
if you
think we
did either.
But maybe we didn't.
Surprise!
We're buying out our business partners. They're retiring and moving to Arizona for half the year. And we will be sole owners, but still women-owned business because I will own a majority of the business.
5248.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Something like that. At least 5149.
I love
As
her
long
about
as
that.
it's more on my end. Well, I am there all day long, so I should have a little more.
Your spouse is regardless. So
I mean, it doesn't matter. It all goes to the
Mutually
same
owned
place.
It's all the
property.
same
It's
tax
mutually
code.
owned. Yeah.
It doesn't. It really doesn't
Oh.
matter. It just matters to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 51.
So I can be
And
like,
that's why we have an employee, because I will not be there very often.
That's
yeah. He's not usually there very often. If I need something, he's always there. Like if I have questions or I need tech support, he's always usually tech support. He's always there to help me with whatever I need.
Mm-hmm.
I just try to figure it out myself first, and if I can, I get his guidance, and then
Let's
we go
be
from-
real. All she brings me in for is to clean the back room.
I assumed it was sex appeal. Whatever.
You know.
That's why I put him on the show. Let's be real here, guys. I'm curious to see who watches this episode.
Right.
This one should get some
nobody's
comment.
watching this one
This
because
one should
I'm
get some
on it.
commentary.
Okay.
I think you
Yeah.
might be surprised.
I
I'd
don't
be
know.
surprised.
I'd be like,
Although the
yeah.
last one we got quite a few more
Did you?
likes. Yeah.
Do we?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I gotta look at it. I haven't.
I'm very proud of you.
I thought I
guys.
saw 31.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did like it because I didn't know how to do it the first time.
Well, I had to post the last one twice, so my apologies on that one. I'll do this one right the first time.
That was a little weird because it was like cut me off halfway through.
Yeah, that was my fault. That was my bad.
Yeah.
When
It's okay.
when I did the buffering on it, it stopped at an hour and 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I didn't record the whole video or burn the whole video.
No.
So
But if you go to YouTube and you click on it and you go to the 2 hour and
there's two of them on there. The 2 hour one is the big one.
Yeah.
And it gets ridiculous in that
Yeah.
one. That was fun though.
Yeah.
Okay, so
What are we at?
the perks then. Now that we've established,
Okay.
I think we're past the medicinal therapy session, or the medicinal therapy session.
Yeah.
Pros. Are there pros to being able to work with your spouse within that business?
I think so because you're so used to being together and you have a flow with each other that it just kind of it spills over in the business.
Well, let's use we ventured into the water skiing
We
world
did.
with tournaments and, and such. That's my world.
It is.
You
and
weren't
I
a part
don't,
of that. And you say all the time, I've got more water ski
ski
Facebook friends than I do anything. But it's also when we go to those tournaments, most of the time I'm
You're in and out.
officiating or in and out of the booth or I'm, up in the scoring booth or whatever. But like at nationals, we were pretty much together the whole weekend.
Yeah, minus the one day we were together. The rest of
Yeah,
because
when
the
I was,
one day
the one
you
day I was
had
driving.
To, yeah.
But so in that aspect of it, working with your spouse was actually kind of fun because
Yeah.
we're at an event. We're they're together laughing,
Doing things we like.
Yeah, we're introducing each other to different
Yeah.
people that we know. Oh, I know this person from skiing or whatever. She meets people at the tournaments that I don't necessarily know who they are, because I'm seeing so many different people. And she's like, oh, so-and-so came up and talked to me. And I'm like, I know the name, but I don't know who it is. And she'll be like, oh, he's right there, And he comes over and introduces himself. And now I know who he is, But now we're doing the football games, 4 times a year,
Where
5
I know
times
more
a year.
people than
Right.
you do
Right.
because everybody comes into the shop, which is amazing.
Sorry,
I love my
Stephanie, you're
customers.
still fired.
Who?
Stephanie, she's still fired.
No, she's not.
Because she's going to yell at me when she sees this.
Is that the new hire?
Yeah.
We love stuff.
That's a running joke at our shop, especially with Brad because he's my GM. Everybody who walks in, you screwed up, you're fired.
Yep.
That's what he did with Steph. The first day he met her.
I'm just waiting for the first lawsuit to drop. A joke that eventually we're going to get big enough that we're going to have like a larger thing and we're going to have a real true HR and they're going to be like, you need to stop saying that. You can't fucking
do that,
You
man.
can't do that anymore. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are probably not OSHA approved at our store.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's all right. Drawbacks. Any drawbacks to working with your spouse? And do I need to talk to you guys
Because I'm the
one-on-one?
boss. That's probably the drawback. I tend to get bossy.
No.
Yeah, I do.
10?
Shut up.
Honey.
I tend to get a little bossy
She
because
does.
I'm there day in, day out.
Yeah.
I know the people. I know the customers. I know the product. I know everything. I know everything. Did you hear that? I know everything. Yeah, so
She's kidding.
no, I'm not. Okay, maybe a little. But yes.
I need an adult.
So that could be the drawback for him, that I tend to be a little bossy about stuff because I'm like, no, this is the way we do it because of this. And he's like, I think he tends to understand a little more after I explain why
Yeah.
we do things this way.
There's a fine line between, as a spousal business owners, there's a fine line between telling somebody this is the way we're going to do
Yeah.
it and this is the way we do it.
100%.
There's a lot of times where we'll see things and I'll see it one way and she'll see it another. And then you talk about it and she'll be like, this is why I do it this way. Okay, that makes sense. But what if you add this aspect to it or do this to it? Our website's a prime example of that. We do that all the
Yeah.
time because most of the time we're at home working on the website and she'll load things a certain way. And I'm like, why are you doing it that way? Well, this is the way that I do it. But if you do this and this, okay, well, that works. But this is what I know and I can get this done fast. That's fine. But at least we know there's other ways to do things
I can
and
be
to get to the
resistant
end
to
goal.
that a lot. I'll be honest.
A little bit.
I don't like him telling me what to do.
When you're there day to
Honestly.
day, it's easy to be like,
It
why are you
is.
second guessing me?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
It's never
100%.
done with bad intention.
No.
It just feels that
But-
way.
I
But-
feel like I have such like pride in everything I do that
And as a spouse of a business owner, that's, you know, in my case, that's not there all the time. It is very hard because you tend to look at things from an outside perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You tend to look at things, you're not in it, so you're seeing maybe a bigger picture than what she sees. Like when I come in and I look at the way things, you know, are like stacked in the back room, I'm like, yeah. But then you have to be very delicate on how you you just don't want to go, we're changing this.
yeah.
If I go to her and say, hey, this is the way this is done, I see why you did it this way, and if we were to change this and this and this and it makes the flow better, then she's going to be more receptive to it. But if I go to her and say, we're changing this because I think it looks stupid and it's cumbersome and cluttery,
We're gonna fight for a really long time.
probably.
That's
And
why
I
I'm-
learned, don't use the word clutter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Clutter
I'm
is-
sorry.
clutter is a trigger word.
Our shop is got a lot of stuff in it. It's not cluttered. It's got a lot of stuff.
It is. We
Because-
talked about that the other day.
Yeah.
That I'm like,
It's
what are we going to do in
hard.
5 years? Because we're going to outgrow this spot.
It's hard.
Kind of what you were talking about, though, that it's a lost art, but diplomacy is important.
Yeah.
Because the reality of it is, yes, in a given situation, whether it's my employee, my boss, or something in between, or a customer, yeah, sometimes all you want to do is say, this is the way it's supposed to be done, and move on. Whether you're right, wrong, or indifferent.
Right.
Being diplomatic is being like, all right, I know that if I say it this way, you're going to get elevated to a defensive position right here, and we're getting nothing freaking done, and then everybody's pissed off.
But you have to remember that before you say it.
Yes, that's the kicker.
That's the yeah.
That takes practice because a
It
lot of people, and they shall remain nameless that we have dealt with in the last 48 hours, they don't. Oh, I'm just being honest.
yeah.
Kiss my butt with your honesty. I'm sorry. Though I do appreciate somebody being honest with me, you can be honest diplomatically. You can be honest like a dick.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do it like a dick
100%.
and you're shocked when I go tell you to pound sand and go,
Yeah.
you know what, just on principle, I'm not going to listen to you.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter if you're right. I'm going to tell you to kick rocks because you have zero respect for me and realizing that, you know what, either A, I have the right to learn, or B, maybe I am doing it right and I'm just doing it differently, or don't treat me like I'm stupid.
That's 100% how I feel. That is 100%.
And a lot of times they don't mean it.
No.
But they don't realize that is a very specific and very special way of learning how to communicate. And not many people, almost nobody is born with that skill set.
No.
Almost nobody's born with that skill
Well, and I
set.
think, you know, like for Dana and I, we met. She stalked me.
All
Says that all the time.
We went out
He
on
always says that.
one or two dates.
He's full of
I
shit.
went to her apartment on
He
New
moved
Year's
in.
Eve to pick her up, and she got dressed, and I was sitting in the living room on the couch, and she walked out. She's like, all right, I'm ready. Let's go. So we started to go, and she goes, oh, and handed me a key to her apartment.
You know what? When you know, you know.
And I'm like,
Just saying.
what is this for? She's like, well, you're going to be here all the time anyway.
All right.
Probably. So, okay, fine. Here, I'll take your apartment. And we've lived together ever since, 30 years. But I would say probably the first 10 or 15 years, really took us 10 or 15 years to really understand, one, each other's triggers.
Yeah.
Two, how to communicate with each other and how to get a point across without offending somebody, you know, or the other person or whatever. And then we got to this point to where it was just like, everything's just kind of like easy. And then we bought a business. And it was like starting over because of the reasons that
Yeah.
she said. It's all about communication.
Oh, yeah.
You
And
know,
I'm very
at the end of the
headstrong.
day, she is very
I am.
headstrong.
No.
And
If I think something's right, I will defend it to my death.
right. Right. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. But you just have to learn how to communicate as a business owner now, because now you're looking
It's
at
different than a partnership.
It's different than a partnership because now you've got a substantial amount of money involved. You know, and you've got, this is your essentially your life savings on the line to make this work. And we've been fortunate to be in the position we're in, even, you know, from the beginning, going in with business partners and, you know, everybody having kind of their own ideas on how things are going to work. And there was a lot of headbutting there. So now you've got a marriage of four.
Yeah,
You know, or
with
a marriage of,
partners,
you know,
for sure.
with business partners. So now we're back to that point to where it's like, it's going, you know, going back to just us. So now there's going to be another adjustment of how we move forward. What's going to be our roles going forward? Hers is going to be the day-to-day running the business. Mine's going to be more back end, you know, maybe, you know, obviously fixing equipment or fixing things that need to be done or remodeling the shop, you know, to give us more storage space, more of the hands-on back of the house side of it, but also probably more of the book side.
I think you want to be more hands-on than I'm used to.
No,
No?
I don't have time for that. Let's be real.
Okay. Okay. Well then.
How about this one? Do you guys, and this might be a business question in general, because you do this together to a degree, obviously more involved than you just because of the day-to-day. Do you find that it's really hard to step away from it when you are home and you're like, okay, we're off the clock? Is there an off the clock? Or do you guys find that, especially doing this together, that it's just always there?
I think there's an off the clock. I had to learn that.
Yeah,
because, Because I will be on Facebook all day long messaging people back. And I'd be like, I have to take the weekends off and at night. Because if I message somebody at 6 o'clock at night, that's just telling them, yeah, you can message me whenever.
Well, and
then we have no family time.
That's the becoming portion of our show.
Absolutely.
Is how to be, you have to become a better business owner. You have to set those boundaries,
And you have to let
you
go.
have to, you know, we're going through that with
Yeah.
our son right now. He just took a job up in Minnesota as a sales rep, and he's learning
more
what his hours are. And we learned what our hours are. At some point, you just have to shut it off.
You
At
do.
some point, it's very easy to get lost in, you know, we can all do it from our phones. I don't put work email on my phone, whether it be the shop
Yeah.
or my full-time job. I don't put, and I refuse to do it. I won't do it.
I have it, but I don't look at it after I'll see it. And if something specific jumps up that I have to message back, I will. But 99% of the time, I just swipe it right off.
Right. But I think we're fortunate in the environment that we're in, especially with social media. A lot of our stuff comes through social media. We have automatic replies set up that say, hey, we appreciate you reaching out. You know, you've reached us
We don't,
after
but
normal
we
business
need to.
hours, or, you know, whatever that case is. We'll get back to you as soon
Yeah.
as we can. You can turn it off, and people understand that. But she's right in the aspect that if you respond to emails at 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, it becomes acceptable. It
It
becomes the
does.
norm, and it
does.
becomes expected.
Yeah.
And you
the
don't
lack of
want that
response,
because then you lose your life. Your life is literally ingrained. That's not the cutoff.
That's
thing.
not a cutoff.
No.
That's my
No,
life.
that's his,
that is my.
yeah.
That's just kind of how I live right now.
Yeah.
Still. But,
It's hard, but you have to do it. Otherwise, you don't have a life. You don't have a personal life. You go out on the boat and you're answering emails. That's
Yep.
stupid.
Yep. Or you're spending all day Saturday and all day Sunday
Yeah.
catching up on, you know,
I
Monday's
will take
business.
I will
or-
take a couple hours on Saturday or a couple hours on Sunday to go into the shop and do what I need to do, if I need to.
And
and then
sometimes you need
that's
that to not have that noise around you.
Right.
To just
Customers
get
coming
caught up.
in
Yep.
and
I
needing
say
things.
this
Yeah.
all the time at the store because if I try to, whenever I work the floor, this is why I hired employees again. Whenever I'm working the floor, I don't get dick done.
Yeah.
Nothing done.
Oh yeah, 100%. I can see that.
And I've noticed that especially since I started a business, I'm really bad at passive relaxation. Because my problem is the minute I'm just sitting and doing nothing, watching TV, whatever, my phone will go up and I'll start scrolling through work emails. I'll start scrolling through my Facebook or other things that are going on. It's not just doom scrolling. It is, I will like fall into that. I'm, well, I'm freaking crazy. Case in point, she knows I watch these videos, right? So I can actually see the facial expression.
There's a reason why he's a forever bachelor.
Yeah. Also,
And I have a lot of facial expressions.
forever bachelor.
Bachelor.
We're getting him a shirt.
Let's be
Forever
real.
I know. I'm totally going to make you that shirt.
It's gonna say forever bachelor on the back. It says no one will ever love me.
I don't believe that, Matt.
Yeah, you should. That's why I do all the weird crap that I get into. The aviation thing. I'm building an airplane in the garage because the nice thing about when I'm working on that project is it gives me a positive focus because I don't know if I'm ADD or ADHD or just because the entrepreneurial side thing. I don't do passive anything very well. My mind doesn't want to stop or slow down. But if I focus on something completely different, it's still resting to me. So when I work on the airplane, for example, I'll dig into that and I'll work for 10 hours straight. I won't stop. I won't sleep. I won't eat. I won't, anything. I will just cut material, glue material, paint material, work on that. And at the end of that day, when I go back to my regular job the next day, I feel better, even though I didn't get any real true rest, but it was a disconnect from what I'm doing.
It's a different kind of rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a rest from that.
Yeah.
And
that makes a difference.
Yeah, when the business is the source of stress, even though I'm not really resting per se, like physically resting, that it forces me to disconnect enough and focus on that enough that I can reset and be like, all right, I'm ready to get back into the day-to-day stuff. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense. Will I sit on the beach? Absolutely. I'm good for about 6 hours. I've dated people that are like, hey, can we just sit and watch movies all day?
No.
I can do that.
Sure.
I can totally do that.
I sometimes encourage her to do that.
Yeah, because I need to I don't know, to let go of everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I get that. My skin
I
crawls
need to
about
zone
2 hours
out.
in. Yeah, my skin starts crawling about 2 hours in, and I'll be like,
Oh gosh, no! I could sit there and take an entire. And Sundays are my day. I always say Sundays are my day to do nothing.
yeah.
I do my laundry, but in between, I'll watch whatever show I'm watching at the time, and just zone out, play on my phone, just not think about all the things that we have to do or that needs to be done, because if you do, it kills you.
Oh yeah. Oh, I get it.
It's hard. It's hard
Yeah.
it's hard to stop. We talked about this yesterday. We were driving home from Minnesota and her sister called, becoming free counseling service.
Yes. We'll have her on.
We will have her on soon.
Now it's we. Just so you know.
Your co-host now too.
Yeah. We need another
I'm still
chair.
the host, though, unfortunately.
We need another chair.
I've got another
Fine.
throne. I have
Next-
another throne.
Next week I will do the opening. We'll do an
It's
opening
okay.
monologue. I'll do like a little comedy thing, and yeah, that'll be fun.
I got. You heard it, guys. I'm the host. He's the co-host. We're gonna keep that.
Yeah.
We were driving home yesterday, and we were talking to her sister on the phone, kind of giving her a rundown of what's going on. And it occurred to me, we have not stopped since 4th of July.
Yeah.
My first tournament, I had a show 4th of July. My first tournament was the following weekend, and we've been nonstop since 4th of July with tournaments, football games, a lot of it's
show,
business, and a lot of it
it's
is
been-
business related. So you forget to let go, to stop, to slow down. On top of that, you've got personal things going on. Our son moving. I had, getting ready for ski season. I was still driving. I was still at the park 3 nights a week. I was still doing all those things. The world doesn't stop. And owning a business just compounds that, because now you're doing all the things with the business too. You have to have that separation. You have to have that let go. And it's hard to do. It's so hard to do. But you're right. Like you building the airplane. To my building the airplane
It's your
is
ski.
is the skiing or going out in the boat or whatever other activity, going downstairs and tearing apart a room and rebuilding it or whatever it is. I mean,
Which, by the way, he does on a regular basis.
All right.
Yeah.
Sometimes she comes home and then her walls gone.
Oh, there are. It's happened.
I love everything about
It
this.
totally has happened.
I love everything about this.
Just saying.
I know a big reason for me, like the TV thing driving me crazy, just sitting on the couch all day. And when I left the PD, when I tried to explain it to my dad, he's like, "You're giving up a pension, you're giving up a great all this other stuff," and I'm like, "You're not wrong," and I don't disagree with him, but I also knew that there wasn't a future for me there, and
Right.
there's where the problem was for me is I, especially as a to date lifelong bachelor, no kids, no anything else, no progeny. I do not want to go to my grave, and the only thing that anybody can put in my headstone is, "Yep, he had a cool pension."
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's what it was for me. So when especially with not having that next generation to kind of pass things on to, at least at this point, and that could change. Who
You
knows?
never know, man.
You never know. Do not start setting me up with people. We will be
know,
fighting.
brains are working.
That's what we're gonna do.
This is not a dating show.
matchmaker episode.
This is not-
blindfold.
A dating show.
Find Matt a spouse.
Negative. No, negative. With that, I call it that back my brain part of me that's sitting there going, I want to leave something behind. I don't have a child to do that with, to be proud of, etc. But I want to leave something behind. So when I'm sitting here doing that, that's why I like doing the YouTube videos. That's why I started the thing with the plane, because I wanted to kind of inspire people to build their own aircraft and help the aviation world and the industry. That's why I like this, because I love business.
Yeah.
I love business. Honestly, this is probably my favorite thing. That's why when you said, let's do a podcast, because this was his idea. I want you guys to know that, even though I'm the host. That's why I love that, because if we can help one person,
Right.
inspire one person,
Yeah.
Exactly.
this is and frankly, this is a ton of fun. I really enjoy doing these every week. If we can actually do that and be successful with that, and inspire somebody to do it and kind of put them in the right direction to be successful and to go forward and do all those things, you know what? If I do have kids, great. But if I don't, cool. There's somebody else. Maybe my
Yeah.
name's not attached to it ever, but
Your legacy lives on.
my legacy
Yeah.
will
Yes.
be able to live on, because
Yes.
the thing that bugs me the most out of life is that I will exist and then I will just cease to exist.
Yeah.
That bothers me. Maybe, with a family, maybe I'm forgetting, maybe I'm not, but okay, that line continues. But if my line stops with me, I want something else to be able to continue on.
And downrange is that.
Yeah, between downrange, between
Yeah.
Charred Oak, between the aviation thing, that's kind of what I'm hoping to be able to build and do and pass on and have that forward thinking. So for me, it's really hard to just sit there and go, I'm just gonna burn a day, because I've seen firsthand how fragile life can be. This got really deep. I'm sorry,
It
guys.
totally did.
This really got this.
I
went
need
off
to
the-
refill my glass.
Can
Oh,
you put some in mine too?
Yeah, there we go. I love it. I love everything about it.
Hey! Come on!
What was I saying?
I don't know. Something about legacies and
Yeah.
shit. Okay, you didn't have to put all of it in there.
Yeah,
Guess I'll have to drink it.
Being able to do that is huge, though, for me. Being able to build that and be that for somebody else is huge. And it makes all this stuff that I go through and that we all do and that we work through and we struggle through and we complain about and then work towards, it makes it worthwhile. So when I have a day, that's where I was going with this.
Yeah, that's right.
I've seen how fragile life is and how short it can be and how it can be taken away from you instantaneously. And do I really want to go, to the pearly gates, talk to St. Peter's, and his sister go, how did your life go? And I go, well, I watched a crap load of SVU. No knocks on if you're an SVU fan, but I also know a lot of people, that's all they do. Brad came home to the house the other day and he's like, hey, I went to the gas station and it was 7:00 or 6:30 in the morning before he got on his flight. He went to go get a can of Monster and fill up his truck. And he's like, there's a dude, and he bought 330 racks of Busch Light.
Oh, good God.
This was Saturday morning. He's like, this was Friday morning. Sorry, this was Friday morning. He's like, that was Friday morning. What?
Yeah.
That's all he's doing all weekend.
And that's exactly
Yeah.
what it is. Not to knock on anybody. But that being said, I will not go to my grave going that my best skill was knocking down 30
Yeah.
racks alone in the dark
Yeah.
Right.
on a Friday night, Saturday night,
Right.
Monday night, whatever. I want to have something that I can look back when I go to St. Peter's and go, I did fundraising. I volunteered work. I helped mentor new businesses. I helped, rebuild a downtown, help rebuild a community. Because
Yeah.
ultimately, that's a huge chunk of what our businesses are actively
Yeah.
trying to do, especially with everything that we've got going on and we're planning and we're working on, et cetera, is we're trying to bring back and breathe some life back into a town. That's the kind of thing you want to take to St. Peter's and go, I got to do that.
Yep.
And I think that's why we own a business, is because we want to leave that for our future generations and be like, hey, this was something we took pride in. This is something we love to do.
And so few people take
Yeah.
pride in anything anymore.
They do.
They do.
Yeah.
And that kind of brings up another point is, as business owners, it's hard to deal with burnout.
Yes.
Because burnout
Yes.
is, that's something we all face.
Yeah.
Everybody faces burnout in some aspect.
One way or another.
In one way or another. With the National Show Ski Association, I was super involved with it. Like, I had aspirations to just keep climbing the ladder and keep climbing the ladder and keep climbing the ladder. And then I kind of took a step back and go, why? I love the sport. I can make an impact on a sport in other ways. I don't need to run it. I don't
and I
need
think
to
you
be
realize
in
that
charge.
with not having to do so many different committees.
Yes. I mean, I was involved with
Yeah.
a ton of committees. And then, locally, I was, the president of a local ski team. I was, I served multiple positions on their board. I got burned out because there was so much responsibility involved. I had to take a step back and go, what's making me happy? I lost the love for what I did. As business owners, you're a business owner. It's not like working a job or volunteering or doing anything like that. You can't just say, I'm going to go find a new job.
Because you're invested in that.
Because you're invested in it. So how, as you being a business owner, I know the answer to this question, but as you being a business owner, how do you deal with burnout? Or have you gotten to the point to where you feel burned out yet?
I have. Yes, absolutely. I have gotten to that point. But I take my weekends and I make them mine.
Yep.
That's how you deal with burnout. You can't just 100% business 100% all the time. Yes, everybody thinks you should. Your customers probably think you should.
Your customers do. Other business owners
But
do not.
yes, absolutely. But you have to take time for yourself, because if you don't, you do get that burnout,
Right.
and it's terrible. It's a terrible feeling.
Well, something it's a good point, especially what you were saying with the burnout and taking your weekends yourself. Have you ever watched anything from Mr. Fantastic?
No, what's that?
He's one of the sharks.
Oh,
have you
yeah,
ever
yeah,
seen-
yeah,
yeah. Mr. Wonderful.
Is it
Mr.
the
Wonderful.
bald guy?
Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
Mr.
Sorry,
Wonderful.
if
Yeah.
he's watching, which he's not, but if he's watching, I'm
You
sorry.
never know.
He mentioned
We'll
that
sell you 2% for
for $500,000.
$500,000.
Yeah.
Same number, different descriptions. Look at that. Yes. This is how you know we've
Yeah.
clicked eventually. He says it in particular. He will not hire workaholics.
Right.
He doesn't believe in hiring workaholics. I don't necessarily 100% agree with that statement,
Yeah.
but that being said,
But
I do,
it makes
100%.
sense.
I
And I'll-
understand where he's coming from
Yep.
a gajillion
Because
wise.
that person burns out.
Yep.
They can.
Yeah.
My point of, I don't know why I'm pointing out the point of disagreement, because that statement makes exact sense,
Yeah.
especially relevant to what you're saying. I like people that can overwork themselves for periods and then know how to slow down afterwards.
Yeah.
If they only know how to be a workaholic, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Because that's my talent is I will do a 120-hour work week for 6 weeks straight, and then I will be like, oh, I'm going to spend 4 hours in the shop, and I let my employees do it, and I can back away and do other stuff. I can do that. Not everybody can do that. A lot of workaholics, all they do is bury themselves in it, and then that's all they
Yeah.
do.
See, I'm kind of the same way, but I do that for so many hours a day, and then I get home and I'm like, yeah.
Shut it off.
Yeah, I shut it off.
Oh,
But
exactly.
I'm a workaholic when I'm at work, because
Yeah.
usually My watch says I did 10,000 steps today because I did. Because I was constantly back and forth and bopping around and doing my thing. But then once I get home, it's done. I have to shut it off.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't,
100%.
what does that do for you?
I get workaholic mode when there's something that has urgency. Day to day, I refuse to, crap, I didn't get that done. I will catch up on it tomorrow, which is not always the best mentality in the world. But it's not urgent is the point.
But it's not killing you.
Right.
If
What
you
do I
keep
always
doing
say?
that, it'll kill you.
What is my analogy
I don't
to
know,
life?
what is it?
We're not building churches and we're not saving lives.
True.
It's okay to shut down.
Yes.
It's okay to
It
shut it
is.
off. It's okay on a Monday afternoon at 1 o'clock to go, you know what? There's nobody been here for a couple hours. I'm closing. Because we're
See,
we're
but
only
I
open until 2.
can't.
But she struggles with that part
I
of
do.
it. But me, I'm like,
I have set hours, and therefore I need to be there at those
In
set hours.
traditional retail side,
Yeah.
you can't do that.
right.
But
You
because
can't.
we are not
We're a service
traditional,
business.
we are
Right.
service driven.
Exactly.
We provide a service for people as opposed to having provided products at the store, I guess you would
Right.
say.
They can order your service product, etc., at any time, anyway.
Yes.
However,
Yes.
and you'll get
Correct.
to it when you get to it.
Yeah.
But they can just say, "Hey, I want to put an order for X, Y, and Z."
Yeah.
Versus if somebody comes to my store and says, "I want to buy this gun right now,"
It's right here.
I can't do that remotely. I have to be there to make the sale. Or somebody comes and says, "I want to buy my first gun, but I don't know what I want." I can't do that remotely.
Yeah.
Here's the piece de resistance, if you will. And your comment about buying it right now made me think of it. You're an Amazonaholic. So you're
Me?
yes.
I am.
You're used to that. Hey, you know what?
Get it now.
I can order this today. I can have it tomorrow or the next day. As a service-oriented business, how do you
I'm not Amazon,
combat
though.
that? But that's
Are you looking at the whiteboard?
no.
No.
You're literally hitting it point by point.
Seriously?
You hit the challenges.
Rock on,
section,
dude.
but
That's
the
why-
next section,
That's-
you hit them point by point. It's awesome.
That's why I'm a great co-host.
He's a great,
Oh, good Lord.
the best co-host ever. Just like he's the best 49% co-owner.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, for sure.
But like we state all the time, we try to focus on a 2-week lead time for custom
we
items.
try.
When
Yes.
people come in and that presents a challenge or an opportunity.
Right now, because we are not only behind because of football season, but because we have a new hire.
yes.
We have our other business partner out on
Vacation.
So that tends to create a longer wait time.
But that's the point, is how do you combat that Amazon?
it's hard
thought.
because people do expect everything right now, within seconds. And when you're creating these things or you're producing these things, you can only go as fast as your machines go.
Yeah.
You can't just
Right.
make them appear.
And I think that's the point, is you can't just make it
Yeah.
appear. And our timeline is somebody comes in on
We-
Tuesday afternoon
we
at
want to
3
be
o'clock.
within 2 weeks.
Right. They come in at Tuesday at 3 o'clock. They say, I need 3 2X shirts, 4 in ash green or whatever the
Okay.
color is.
Let's just say that happened to me
And
yesterday.
2 tank tops and
Okay.
an extra large jacket.
Yeah.
That's not getting
By
ordered
7.
until Wednesday.
Right.
It takes till Friday to get that
You
in.
get it
generally.
in on Friday. Then they send you the design that they want on it. It goes
not
to the
vectored.
digitizer. Yeah, it's not vectored, or it comes across as Canva.
Yeah. Oh God.
Canva
forbid.
blows.
Canva, for the record, Canva
It's
is
terrible.
compatible with nothing.
Nothing
compatible with
nothing
Canva.
works with
With Canva.
Canva.
Yes.
Canva is compatible with Canva.
Yeah,
So now
that's it.
we're either in-house digitizing it or we're sending it out to be digitized. So now it doesn't come back until Monday or Tuesday. The product got there, the design got there. Now we've got to put the design into the system, and that takes about an hour to 2 hours to do, depending on what we're working on. Then it goes to the printer. Then it goes to the press, or
And
it
then
goes to
I'm
the
the
press
printer.
first. Right. and you've got 10 other things that you're working on.
Yeah. You got to put
A
it.
2-week lead time is not unrealistic. If you order on Tuesday, we'll have it to you 99% of the time, probably by the following Friday. But we say 2 weeks to allow in case
All the
there's a delayment
different
in
things,
shipping
yeah.
or we have a machine go down because we're relying on technology.
Technology.
Right.
We lost everything we've ever created
Oh
2
my God,
months
it
ago.
has been
And
devastating.
I bet if we didn't say
Devastating.
that on this podcast, nobody would have known it.
I only knew because I was there when, like, the day after it happened. You're
The
like,
day
hey,
after
by
it
the
happened.
way.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
the way. Yeah, but when you lose everything you've had for 8 years, we have 3 programs. We lost 2 out of the 3 programs.
Yep.
And the 2 programs that we lost were our main programs.
Yep.
By the way, we're offering a service to combat that here coming up in about 3 months. Like, no joke, we're actually going to put a data server back up in
Yeah.
the shop so that people can FTP to it every night, so
Nice.
that
Oh my
never happens
God.
again.
Yep.
And that's, we didn't realize, that's bad business owners for us. We didn't realize things weren't backing up. It happens.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, absolutely.
And then you
does.
have to recreate things, which takes time.
Yep.
You got new designs coming in the same time you're recreating things.
Well, but that also goes back to
It pushes things back.
that goes back to differences and challenges of co-ownership.
Yeah.
Everybody has their. I would have done it a different way, but we agreed to do it this way, and that's fine. It's
Yeah,
the way it
it
went.
is how it
but
is.
this is the result of the way that I want to do it. Cost more the first time, but would have prevented it
In the
this
back
time.
end.
Yeah, in the back end, and that's fine. You live and learn. That's how you become a better business owner. You learn from the mistakes.
Like we were saying earlier with new employees.
Yeah.
They learn by doing.
Yep.
We also learn by doing.
Yeah. How many
It
times
happened.
did we create a design and forget to save it? Or save the wrong one, or put it in
it
the
didn't
wrong
work
file,
right, or
yeah.
I have this new thing where our corral draw doesn't like to do the right color. Things happen and it sets you back, or you produce a product that you didn't think you were going to produce, but it does.
Do you find customers have grace for delays or errors? Or are most people have grace? Because there's always going to be people that are going to be dicks just by principle.
100%. But I think being in the town we're in and the community that we have, I think most people have more grace.
That's good.
100%. I've had a lot of that recently, especially with our lost designs. People tend to understand what happened. It will give you a little extra time to do those things.
Just be honest.
Yeah.
Tell them.
100% be honest.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with going, look, this is what happened. We changed internet providers. Right after we changed internet providers, we had an
Everything
issue and
crashed
everything
and
crashed and we lost the
lost it.
designs. 99% of the people are going to understand that.
And I would
There's
say
going to be
that-
1%
yeah.
that's going to be upset.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened.
Right. Oh, you should know better than that. Okay, well, here, I invite you to come do my job for me.
You're
But-
right. If we're talking about this one isolated incident,
Yeah.
you're right. I should have known better on that one specific
Yeah.
thing, but I also have a whole business where the crap
Exactly.
you don't
It's not, and I think
understand.
people tend to lose that they're not the only customer.
Right.
We have thousands and thousands of customers
Yep.
that are placing orders every day, and it's not just that one. And
And it's not just Rochelle that we're doing business for.
we are
We're
now
doing business
Rockford.
well, beyond that,
Well-
we've got customers in Australia.
Yeah, we do.
So,
I know it's amazing.
and it's
Love
a
it.
pain in the butt. But
Try shipping something to Australia.
yeah.
That
Import,
is
export,
terrible.
yeah.
I
But,
did not realize it was going to cost so much.
We've expanded so much through, and I'll give credit to the
It's through
Shosky
this shit,
community.
yeah.
We've got people all around the world that we ship to, and that they go on our website and they buy, and it's fun to look at our demographic of where people are coming from
Yeah.
because it does show so many different states. I think we're in 42 states that we've shipped stuff to.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which
That
is
is
cool.
awesome.
It's
That is so cool.
It's really cool. But that presents more challenges, and that presents more expectations. And how
And
do
we
you
don't
go to
ship
those
right
people?
next day.
Yeah, right. How
we
do you
don't
go to
do
those
ship.
people? Because those people are even worse, being used to the Amazon mentality of getting it next day or in
all
2
shit.
days.
Yeah.
It's all
It's
shit.
all
And
shit.
shipping
Right.
takes it.
Time.
Post office
Sucks.
does not like to just ship next day. They just don't. So it's, by the time you order your product, print your product, ship it out, it's at least 2 to 3 weeks.
And I've definitely noticed that straight honesty with customers, especially if it's genuinely a your screw up. Because I think I mentioned this in our last one, but I'll bring it up again. I had a guy come in with he had I think it was a transfer. He made an appointment with me on an off hour to come, and I totally straight up forgot about it. I think I might have I think he might have bought it through me, and I forgot to order it. And I told him, like, I'm going to be honest with you. I could make it up and say it was a shipper issue, but I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to lie to you. I screwed up. I am so sorry. He's like, no, he's like, don't worry about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make it right. I'm not going to charge you for the transfer fee, all this other stuff. He's like, no, don't worry about it. He's like, I appreciate, and he said this to me straight up, I appreciate the fact that you honestly told me what the situation was. He bought another gun.
Yeah. People are going to sniff out your bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You be honest with them. They're going to be upset, and I expect them to be upset.
Yeah.
But you know what? For every football game that we've done, we've forgot something. Now, I shouldn't say every football game we've done, we forgot something. Every football game we've done, we haven't had something somebody wanted. And I've yet to see somebody stomp their foot and walk away pissed off. Yeah. Did we have what they want? No, but you know what? We don't have it here, but stop into the shop or tell me what you want, and we'll have it at the next football game.
That's what's great about customizing everything we do.
Right.
Everything we do is customization.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. And there's some customers that I intentionally bullshit, hoping they smell it and leave me alone.
yes, I agree.
The 80-20 rule applies.
Yeah.
20% of my customers eat 80% of my time and effort.
Yep.
And they usually cost me money. I don't make money on them, which is the worst part.
Yep.
I know. I've gotten a couple of those, a couple of bids trying to get this building up and running. I've gotten a couple of go away money bids. Like, we'll do it for you,
but
you're not going to
cost
want
you.
it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this job.
I don't want to do it.
It's
Which
the
is
goal.
probably drywall because nobody wants to drywall.
We went through
anything.
3 or 4 drywall.
Oh, good.
I got a great drywall guy. So if you
Did
ever need
you?
one, let me know.
Okay.
Oh, he does a phenomenal job.
Yeah, we had that. That was our biggest struggle, was getting somebody into drywall.
Well, not anytime the next year. I want to finish this stupid building first. Then you can have my
yeah,
drywall
you are.
I just got a small back room I need him to do.
guy. Okay, well,
I got to run
Small back
electricity
room. On the
though.
weekends.
That's storage room.
there you go.
Good Lord.
Let's see. Customers.
What are we at?
We did customer expectations.
Yep.
Staffing we've talked about. Ooh, marketing challenges.
Oh, shit. Everything we've done, like 90% of everything we've done is word of mouth. We've done some advertising on the newsletter.
The news leader.
Which is not
That's
the
it.
newsletter anymore.
Honestly, most of how we've gotten our business is word of mouth.
Yeah.
Because we love what we do and we provide a great product because we love what we do.
Small businesses that are trying to start up, I'm sorry, because that's probably the best answer you're going to get.
It is. It
It's-
really,
There's
word
no,
of mouth, there's nothing like word of mouth. Honestly, if you can get one person to talk about it to another person, Facebook posts maybe we've done, but as you know, I'm terrible on video.
It's really hard though, because you can do something great and show it to 10 people and they're going to tell one person.
Right.
But you do something bad and
They'll tell
one
10
person is going to tell 10 people.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a balance there, but we have done really well with the word of mouth, and that all goes back to the service we provide, the customer, the
And we try.
experience, and
100%.
but it's so important too. Like you had brought it up, and you had kind of lit the fire under my butt to do some of the live videos and the the 30-second.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Much like our podcast, I can't do 30 seconds for whatever reason.
Oh, he can do 30 seconds. His wife is on the video here, ladies and gentlemen.
It's 42. Get it right.
42 seconds. Make it right.
God forbid. We got a national record here called Guinness.
Well, Wow, TMI on the
No
podcast.
comment.
This podcast.
We're
went way
old and
off-
we like sleep.
This cast went way off the rails, and I love everything about it.
And you can leave this in if you want. If you want to take it out, it's fine too. But Saturday we're golfing with Aiden, and we're with our other. We call him our
other child.
son from another family, and
We loved it.
Kidnapped
He
or just
is
willingly?
adorable.
no,
He's
he's one of Aiden's golf buddies. They used to do some work together, and then they became friends. And
He
he's
comes
a
out
really
onto the
good
boat
friend
with us all the time.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
I didn't
We
have time to get to the
loved
boat.
it.
We've kind of
I
adopted
know,
him.
right?
I'm very sad.
And so Saturday we're out on the golf course, and of course, being on the golf course, it gets really bad. The pole, the
The
flag.
shaft and the
Every time
yeah.
we'd go, and
There's
it was
always
Aiden would like,
innuendos.
"Will you pull it?" And I'd be like, "Aiden, do you want the thumb in or thumb out?" And then we got on the subject, and this is probably not podcast friendly, but we
God.
got on the subject
Earmuffs.
of doing things, and Aiden goes, "Dad, I don't even know why you care. It's been like 20 years." I'm like, oh, this child has so much to learn. But anyway, I digress.
I will decide which parts are staying in and which parts are coming
Yeah.
out.
Hand up.
It's all staying in. Aiden, I hope you're watching this video.
Poor kid.
Oh my God,
No.
it's cracking me up. I think it's freaking hilarious.
It's awesome.
Where was I going with this one? So
Where are we at on the list?
we're at marketing. We're in challenges.
Oh,
We kind of
shit.
challenges went kind of janky a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
The marketing side, radio's done a little, newspapers done a little. The initial ribbon cutting with the chambers was great because that got a lot of exposure
Mm-hmm.
initially. I've used Google. I've paid for Google ads. I do that every year
Really?
for a sniper school. Yeah. It doesn't do great. It does okay.
What about Facebook ads? Have you ever done those?
I used to, and they worked great. But this was
Really?
10 years ago.
Okay.
Now, 2 years ago, I couldn't get an ad past anything because of my occupation.
Oh, yeah.
They're allowing it again. So I haven't dug into it. I don't have time. I've got a new girl she's getting caught up in the paperwork stuff first. When she's got that down, we're probably going to throw marketing at her too. So she'll do the Facebook stuff, all that. But I don't know yet.
But I think that's a challenge because Facebook is so far removed from what it was intended.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
100%.
It's all about politics and bullshit now.
And
So
infuriating
as a
people.
business owner,
Yeah.
you want to utilize the social media streams, but there's not a good social media stream to
And when you're old like us, Instagram isn't like what we
pictures
post.
are the worst for me.
Oh, my
I hate
God.
doing just photos.
right.
Instagram sucks.
Live streams
Sorry.
are
Sorry, Instagram.
live streams are hands down the best because it's a
Yeah,
guaranteed.
that's
It
what
kicks
you
it
tell
out in
me.
3 formats. I've seen that response where people will regularly come in going, "I saw your live stream."
Right.
Awesome. That's what I want to hear.
That's what you want.
And I get that feedback regularly. So that's hands down been the best for me is the live streams on Facebook and Instagram. With that being said, what Facebook was 10 years ago is not what it is
Oh,
now.
100%.
No.
The paid ads, $5 10 years ago would get 20,000 people. Now $5 will get you to 200 people.
Right.
And
They-
that's ridiculous. There's
But
no reason for that.
you're also only going to see what they want you to see.
Yeah.
And they're going to show it to who they want to. You
Yeah.
can put I want males through
Yeah.
25 through
It
35.
doesn't matter.
But you're still going to get 9/10 of the people you send it to still don't give a shit
Right.
because you aren't allowed to meter it quite that
Right.
way and target your audience quite the right way.
Right. But you're also up against every other ad that they force down your throat.
Yes. That you click past.
You're
The
right.
big ones.
Yeah. I mean, it's insane, and that's a challenge as a business owner. How do you advertise? Because
You can't do
terrestrial
news.
TV is not what it used to be.
No.
You can't to do a commercial on TV. You're going to get
You're burning
1,500 views because you're going to be at 6:00 in the morning during the news that nobody watches on the channel that nobody really cares about.
And
you know.
everybody who's watching it is 400 years old because that's the only people
And they're
watching
not
TV.
right, and they're not your demographic.
Right.
You know,
Our newsletter or any newspaper went away because
Nobody's buying it.
nobody's
buying
buying it.
right.
You've
Right.
got
Even online,
Spotify,
nobody-
you've got YouTube, you could advertise and spend a small fortune on any one of these platforms. And the reality is, to get good saturation, you need to invest in all of those platforms. Except as a small business.
And heavily.
That's the problem, is heavily. You need saturation. It's one of those that, how do you grow outside of being just a small town business, like localized business? Do you want to grow? And if you do, how do you do that? And where's the methods of doing it?
Right.
I've noticed lately, I've been kind of digging into this a lot. I noticed influencing has a lot to do with it, and it sounds stupid, and I hate it. But I noticed people that do that methodology seems to work better. The problem is, you have to really want to be a social media content creator. If you do content on a regular basis, it does seem to grow exponentially. It starts slow, and it's a slow burn, and it sucks, and then it takes off. But
I think the fall off is just as quick, though.
Yeah. And the other end of it, too, is, did you sign up to be a content creator, or did you sign up to create custom products?
Right.
I didn't sign on to Downrange to be a content creator. But
that's what you're doing.
But that's what you have to do a lot of times.
I don't want to do that.
No. And the reality is, to make content that actually sticks. YouTube, I figured out with because I've been doing YouTube videos of the airplane thing is, and I watch very carefully the demographics. The demographic I designed the channel for is not the demographic watching the channel.
Right.
Isn't that weird?
Right.
So I need to tailor what I'm doing to the right demographic. And I've spent a lot of time like ChatGPT and on YouTube forums and YouTube videos and other forums and stuff. And I have to change how I'm doing it. And I know I have to change it, but it requires a ton of effort to make interesting, flashy, engaging, videos. Requires a very dynamically different shift in what I'm doing. And also, by the way, very effort-laden. You cannot create one of those dynamic videos quickly. There's no way to do that on your phone real quick. You watch these guys that become great TikTokers, great YouTubers, etc. They've got, by the time they got good, they have teams, great equipment, etc., and sponsors.
And thousands of hours of content to edit down to nothing.
They have professional editors. They stopped editing. Most of them have stopped editing their own content a long time ago.
Yep.
And that's a tough thing to do as a business, going, you know what, I should do content creation. I should have an editor. How do I pay somebody to just come in and do videos for me? Because there is no short-term immediate payoff. It's not like investing in a new employee and training them up.
Yeah.
It is 100%. I'm burning cash until I'm not.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and unfortunately, there's not an easy answer for it. But like in your case with the gun shop, unless you have a Hannah Barron or a influencer that's very well known in that industry, you're not going to get the exposure that you want. And if you did have that person, it's going to cost you so much to get that person's attention that is it really worth it in the end?
It's not.
You're going to send that person $10,000 for the product to get them to say, hey, Downrange Gun Shop one time, and you're going to get this little wave of boom, but it's not going to be sustained because that person's going to get stale.
Right.
And in our case, we could send all the T-shirts we want in the world to whatever influencer is hot, whether it be in the wakeboard industry or the water ski industry or, the high school football. We could get some, a hot up and coming high school football player that everybody's talking about. We're going to send them product and it's going to get us some exposure, but is it going to sustain? No. But what is going to sustain is us doing a good job at what we do in our community, because our community is going to tell their family. They're going to tell their families. It's just going to compound from there. That's how we've built our business.
Right.
The community Facebook pages.
Yeah.
Somebody says, who does this? And they say you, and you're like, yes.
Yeah. Whenever you get recommended on those, it's like,
I know, you feel good.
Yeah. Exactly.
You really do.
I do every time.
And that means more to me
Okay.
when I see so-and-so, mentioned.
Tagged you.
Tagged you or whatever it is. And I'm like, who is so-and-so? And then I see what they said. It's like, okay, we're making an impact. We're doing
Mm-hmm.
what we set out to do.
Absolutely. And having a culture within your business too of you want people to feel like they've joined
Yeah.
something, a community.
Right.
Not you're a customer, you came in, you give me money, you leave. I want you to be part of the community. Hey, come back. Tell me how you like that. I want to
Yeah.
talk to you about that.
Yep.
I haven't used that particular tool yet. Could you, when you get a chance to use that, can you come back and fill me in? Because I would love to hear about
We
that.
do that a lot. We're
Yep.
like, we haven't done that before, but we'll try it.
If you don't like it, bring it back. We'll
Yeah.
figure something else out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is an experiment. So if you don't like it, come on back and I will take care of you
Yeah.
because I want you to be happy for one. And two, I need to know because I don't have feedback on X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
Yep.
You're getting an experiment as far as I'm concerned. Please
Yeah.
keep me in the loop because that's important.
Yep.
Call that for what it's worth. Okay. We're on our wrap-up section. We're on the we're winding down. Yeah. Jeez, don't sound so excited.
I know.
She's having fun. Don't let
Just
the
gotta feed her dogs.
I do. My poor puppers.
Oh Lord. If somebody were starting a new business today, and we'll do this we'll do this round robin style, what would be the first thing that pops into your head as a recommendation or advice for somebody starting a new business?
Community. Honestly, everything's about other businesses and taking what they have and bringing it into yours.
I like that.
Honestly.
Yeah.
You're sticking with that one too?
I am.
She is.
Oh, I am.
I
What do
would
you
say
want? What would you like?
If I was starting a new business today,
Ew.
the most important thing to me would be do your homework.
Ooh,
Do
that's a good one.
make sure that what you're doing is one, what you really want to do, and two, there's a market for it.
Oh,
Because there's a lot of cool businesses out there, but is your town, your demographic, your community right for that business?
Kind of like the things we've talked about.
Yeah.
Numerous
You know
times.
the
Numerous
things.
times.
I
You
don't know
know
who you're
the
talking.
things.
I don't know what you're talking about here, Dana. We're not
Yeah, you do.
discussing that one.
No, we can't. We can't discuss
we
that.
can't discuss
What
that
You
one.
know,
does the
certain things
future
that we love to
hold?
do that we would hope that our community would love in return.
Yes, and they can service the community
Yeah.
that we have, not the community we want.
Right.
Yeah, but I
Right.
think it's more of the community that we want
There's a lot
on
of
our
it.
our ideas.
That-
But if we do what we want to do, does it create the community we want?
It
Does
could.
help
It could.
create the
Sometimes.
community
But
we want?
Is that worth the money, the effort, the expense that it would take to get there?
Oh, this is an off-camera discussion, 100%.
And you know what?
I know where you're going with that,
Yeah.
though, but I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
But it has to be done the right way, and
Yes.
I've not seen that to date.
Correct.
Off
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
My, I guess my gem of wisdom that I'll throw out there is, don't be afraid to talk to the other business community, especially the ones that have been around, and say and admit things that you don't want to admit.
Yeah.
Because if 6 months in you're struggling with finances, with customers, with marketing, whatever, tell people, talk to people. It's okay. And
We've all been there.
oh,
Yeah.
And here's the biggest one that I'm going to tell people that makes people really uncomfortable. It's okay to talk about money.
Yeah.
A lot of people get all, I don't want to talk the numbers that I'm charging and making or da-da-da because I'm going to be embarrassed. It's such a faux pas to talk about the specific dollars and cents.
It's not.
You if you're new at this and you've never done it before and all you've done was read blogs or YouTube videos or whatever, you need to say, okay, I brought in $250,000 last year and I made 10% on return on investment and and I need to know what my margins were and my markups are and what the difference between the two of those is. If you don't know, you need to have those conversations with people honestly,
Yeah.
because a lot of people say, I can't tell you those numbers. That's personal. I didn't ask what color your underwear was. I asked
Right.
we're having a business conversation. You're a new business. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me if you're successful, because so many people want to play the fake it till you make it.
Yep.
Do that with your customers. Don't do that with the other people that are your true
Your
peers.
peers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because those are the ones that are going to help you. Because I'm going to tell you, my financial side is a mess. My worst aspect of my business is my finances. I know for a fact I'm staying above water and we're making money and we're going to continue to exist for lots and lots and lots more years. But my finance side is a mess. My poor accountant this year is going to have a stroke at the end of the year because I technically started a new business and everything with the bank and
gosh.
Oh, he is gonna yell at me. I'm not looking forward to it, and I can admit that, and I know that is one of my priorities for 2026. That's my 2026 goal is, okay, once all of this stuff is kind of settled, because this has been a bonkers year for me, I want to get that hammered down and organized.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can't say that and say, oh no, everything's great, we're doing everything right.
That's not true.
That's how we lose
Right.
businesses.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how we lose businesses. And if you're one of the successful businesses and you're not willing to talk about it, because, oh yeah, I'm doing great. I'm not telling you what my numbers are. I love that you're making $3 million worth of gross a year. That would be amazing. I would love to know that. But don't be embarrassed about because if you won't pass those numbers on to people that don't know what they're doing, yes, they might be like, I'm not doing those kind of numbers. Of course you're not. You're new. But I need to know how the numbers work, and you can only figure that out with real-world examples. And unless you want to pay some Boku buck business consultant to kind of walk through your numbers that you're doing all hush
And
hush.
who can afford that at being a new business?
I tried that, and it was a waste of $12,000.
Yep.
Yep.
It was a waste of $12,000.
You want to throw money away? Hire a consultant.
That is a great.
100%.
That absolutely. You know where you're going to learn how to succeed is making connections with people and getting close enough and trust them enough that you can pass that information on and get real feedback.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't do that, you're going to be screwed. Mm-hmm. You need to make friends in the industry
Yeah.
or out of the industry that are in business to figure out how business works. Because there is nothing instinctual about how to run a business properly. Right. There are natural salespeople, but I have never met somebody who just knew how to run a business properly out of the gate.
No.
You had to learn how to do that.
Yep.
The only way you do that is learning everybody else's stories, coordinating, networking, talking, figuring out what works, what doesn't work, the fights that are worth fighting, the fights that are worth, you know what, I'm just going to let this go.
Well, and I think that's a positive of social media is there's so many pages dedicated to different industry now.
There really is.
I mean, we're part of several,
Facebook
decorated
groups,
apparel groups that, that's exactly what those people do. They talk about, oh, we're making 40 points on this, or this is our loss leader that we're only making 5% on, but we're not carrying inventory, or whatever the question you have is, there's somebody that's going to answer that question, and they're going to answer it honestly. You're going to get the asshole once in a while that just wants to be a smart ass and he's only there to ruffle feathers and whatnot. But majority of the people they're truly going to share their information with you because one, they're not in competition with you.
Right.
And two, they want to see you succeed at what you're doing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's to their benefit too to see you succeed. It
Right.
really is.
Yep.
All right. With that said, anything new coming down the pipe for you guys?
I don't know. Ask the boss. I'm not allowed to disclose that information.
I know.
By
September
September 26th, we will be sole business owners.
Whoa, that's like, oh my God.
I know.
2 weeks.
Oh my God.
It's a couple weeks.
Oh
Yeah, that's big for us. And then there may or may not be a name change.
Possibly.
Yeah, so there are a lot of things coming down the pipeline for us.
Love it. Can't
Yeah.
wait. I'm super excited for you guys.
We're kind of keeping it down low because
Well, we were keeping it down low.
Well-
until
There's
the
still
boss-
only 6 people watching these videos. You're perfectly fine.
yeah, so yeah, we're excited and
I'm excited for you guys.
yeah,
Big things ahead.
yeah, there are big things ahead.
As the banker said today, full steam ahead.
Yeah, he was like full speed ahead. We're
Yeah.
good.
I love everything about that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I got anything pending that's worth talking about. Bank's coming along. I have a renter. Going back
That's
to another
awesome.
financing. I'm doing my first TIF application in the next 2 days. I guess that's exciting. When I figure that out, that actually would make a good
that
episode.
should be a
It would
whole
be a good
episode,
episode.
the
That
TIF
would-
thing.
And
Could
I
be
don't know.
one episode.
I don't know if I want to do that with Michelle or if I want to do that with just us talking about it. Maybe both. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
two
think
different
it would be good to
episodes.
do it just you and I talking about because we have different opinions on it.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
you
my
do.
perspective as a layman versus how the city explains it to people
Right.
is
Yeah.
drastically different.
Yeah.
I
It
mentioned that in
is.
the meeting
Yeah.
earlier today, is what was explained to me, and then now that I'm actually doing it and I had to sit down after the fact, I'm like, those did not click at all. There was no connective.
Look nothing like
No.
what you told me.
No, I did not understand that in the least. That would be a cool video to do. Just
Yeah.
cool one to do one of these days. Just to say, hey, if you're interested in the TIF program, this is what it looks like. These are the requirements. This is what you
From
should
somebody
expect.
that's actually done it.
Right.
Yeah, once
Yeah.
assuming I actually succeed. Who knows how that's gonna go? But yeah, having that and being able to bring that experience, that might be a good video. Maybe we'll save that one after. I'm scheduling one more interview, and then maybe we'll do the TIFF video after that because it should be processed by then. So we'll figure that one out. So
Cool.
Next up, video we have.
Chris.
Sorry, I'm trying to do the math in my head because we're recording these every week, but the videos only come out every 2 because we're trying to get ahead.
Oh, yeah.
So the math doesn't work. Because yours will be out by Thursday. So this Thursday, this will be like 2 days late probably, unless I can get it done tomorrow morning. Chris, we're recording next week and will come out the following week. But that week after Chris's AP, that'll be a fun one.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
we're going to do Ashley Patrick with AP Massage Therapy. That's going to be a fun one, I think. I think we'll have a good time with that video because she's got the bingo thing coming up, too.
Oh yeah.
And she's very smart.
She's very, very
She is so smart with stuff like that.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. And I haven't decided. We might do your pilot friend.
Brendan.
Yep, we might do him. I've got a couple others that I might dig around, but I'll call him first. And we'll see how it goes. And maybe after that one, we'll do the TIFF. Do you want to do a TIFF application? This is what's going to look
Then
like.
we'll get some city leaders then. And
There you
start
go, yeah.
Grilling.
Ooh.
Maybe the city managers, maybe Michelle, maybe Jenny, you know?
Yeah.
All the
We
people.
can bring one of those in. Yeah, maybe it's time to finally break into the city and give them
Yeah.
the questionnaire. And this is what we're going to ask. And prepare yourselves.
And
Prepare yourselves.
we may have some news about Matt in the coming weeks too. So
What?
Easy.
Hey, wait,
easy,
did I miss
easy.
something?
Yeah,
we will not disclose nor deny.
nothing to
those
disclose at
rumors.
this point. But
Off
in
camera,
the
I
meantime,
need to know these things.
yes, off.
Okay.
Everybody wants to be off camera. In the meantime, thank you everybody for tuning in. Anybody who would like to sponsor, please, we would love you.
Or date Matt.
Or no. Do you smoke cigars by chance?
He does.
I do.
If anybody would like to sponsor us by donating one of those smoke eaters so we can smoke in the room, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be amazing because then we'll add cigars to the whole Charred Oak thing. Short of that, thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate everybody. Like, share, comment, tell your friends. If you want to be on the podcast, go ahead and send us a note, message, etc. At this point, I think you can get a hold of one of the three of us somehow.
Yeah.
We're downtown all the time. My shop's always open. Your shop's always
Yeah.
open. Shane's, whatever he is.
Find me on the boat.
Find him on the boat.
Yeah.
Send us in, drop a line on that one because we would love to have you on there. I've got a running list right now. There's probably 20 names on it, but it's growing by the day, and we want to add more businesses and kind of really promote everybody. So thank everybody for tuning in. I will get this edited and posted as quick as I can. And everybody,
Cheers.
fantastic drinks. Cheers.
Cheers.